Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning's messages of love from above, and excited as always. See what Spirit wants to bring through for us today. Before we get into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world, and I feel like today I want to call in something that I call the presence of the Creator, which is the love energy that we bring in, but it's a little more intense. I just feel like it's important for the energy that's going on the planet today. I just feel nudged to do it, so we're going to do it. So, um, if you want to join me in spreading this love out to the world, whether you're watching this on replay or live, all you have to do is take a deep breath and close your eyes with me and allow this energy to flow through us like pipelines um, to the planet. So, take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And we let the presence of the Creator flow in however intensity we can handle in our bodies right now. Allow it to fill us up and flow and be like a pipeline to the world, flowing out into the world, bringing the presence of the Creator, that unconditional eternal love, strongly into the planet. And of course, if you're in need of unconditional love in this moment for your heart, your mind, your body, for a situation, for a relationship, for a loved one, whatever it may be, we flow this beautiful, beautiful, strong, powerful energy that encircles you, absorbs into your being, your heart, and allowing it to do what it needs to do for you today in this moment. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing me the space and being a conduit of beautiful love from above. Um, Before we get into the readings, I do want to say, first of all, happy Libra moon. The moon, of course, changes signs every 2 to 3 days. And something that I've started to do, which we'll see if you guys enjoy this, is to mention when the moon is changing. And the moon changed this morning around, what was it, 7:53 a.m. Eastern time. It moved from Virgo into Libra. So now all the way until Monday night, 7:22 p.m. Eastern time, the moon is going to be in this Libra energy, which will influence everyone with this energy because we're all water, right? Our bodies are made of water. We're all influenced by the moon energy. And I'm reading from this beautiful book. If you guys ever want to have a planetary guide, these are really, really beautiful. You can get it on Amazon or wherever you purchase. Usually they're everywhere. But the Libra moon is the most oriented towards relationships and partnerships. So this is the weekend of balancing of relationships and partnerships because Libra's job is to restore balance. However, we may find ourselves in situations of emotional imbalance, if I could say it, which require a little delicate tap of the scales, Libra's the scales, to set them right. So, in general, this energy is social, polite, and friendly. So, that's the kind of energy we'll have the opportunity to express. and where others will be cooperative and agree more easily to compromise. So feels like a very peaceful weekend, right? The Libra moon does prompt us to make our surroundings beautiful or to put ourselves in situations where beauty is all around us. And this is a great time to decorate, shop for the home, or visit places of elegant beauty. So I like that energy. So anyone that's wanting to balance relationships and that part of you, boom, boom, here it is. So I like it. All right. All right. So what else? What else? Before we get into the readings, I do want to make sure everyone knows I do have memberships that are available. I've got 1 week left to reach my goal of 30 members, and then YouTube gives me a nice bonus that helps me keep the channel going. So that is a good thing. There is, if you look at this video, it tells you what's available in the memberships. There's a big, huge thank you to all of you who have subscribed and you guys, your thumbs up you give and attending the lives and watching my videos, sharing my channel with other people. A big, big thank you because I've been doing this for about a year, these lives anyway, and I couldn't have done it without all of you. And so I love giving free readings and I love doing this. And of course, everyone that gives donations helps support the channel too. So if you're considering membership, there's a $2.99 Zen Cricket, which you get, these little emoticons. You'll see some members in here sometimes where their names are highlighted in green. They have a little badge. They have access to emojis that I get to create. And I also will have weekly giveaways. In addition to my weekly subscriber giveaways, I also have a weekly giveaway for members. So an extra chance at winning free readings and some other things that I offer. If you choose the next level up, which is the Zen, not the Zen, the praying mantis, you get everything from the Zen Cricket plus, and that's $7.99 a month. And you guys can try it. And if you're like, not really my thing, you can cancel at any time as well. And no harm, no foul, no offense. But if you want to give it a try, you can do that. But the praying mantis after these, every free session, I have a praying mantis member only session where we dive deep and pull oracle cards, and you have free readings available there too. Sunday nights, we have a Q&A where it's just the members and us getting to know me, getting to know each other, getting to know spirit, and asking questions of spirit. So it's really fun time there. And you also get advanced access to my pick a cards, my Take 10 with Zen, and I'm going to be doing meditations soon, which I'm excited about. You also get advanced access to that. So all that information is in that, and I do have weekly giveaways mentioned in this video for members, and then for non-members too. If you watch the video and commenting gets you a ticket into a month-end drawing I'm going to have at the end of August for some giveaways too. So there's a lot of opportunities there. So be sure to check those out. And then, as I mentioned, I do have a weekly giveaway for my subscribers. Every Tuesday, I put out the video announcing what I'm giving away. And that's the video for that. So if you want to check out that video too, you can get into a drawing for some free stuff. And then also, as I mentioned, we have a weekly pick a card. This week's was, how can I transform failure? I love how Spirit explains, does failure even exist? And how can we transform those feelings of failure when we're ready? And then also, as I mentioned, the Take 10 with Zen. It's a weekly video that I've been doing for about 10 weeks now. It's flown by. But it's a video that's 10 minutes or less that talks about how to connect to spirit in different ways, how to understand our power and our gifts, and where I answer questions from my subscribers. Last week was about building an empathic bubble around us, which a lot of you are empaths, right? You're like, I know. So great information, and these are 10 minutes or less. So they give you some tools on, okay, this is how I can create a bubble, know the difference between my emotions and everyone else's emotions, and what's my inner child's emotions. So be sure to check that out if you have this, I get all these emotions on me all the time, and it feels like a curse, right? Well, check that out. This week's was the real gift of the empath, which is really interesting. So again, you can check those out. Praying Mantis members have advanced access, and we're going to start getting into the weekly take 10 about how you can identify your spiritual gifts, how you can grow them, etc. So check all that out. Blah blah blah. I know. I just like to make sure everyone knows everything that's available, because I do have a lot of free content and a lot of free things and giveaways. So I don't want it to be, going on and you guys not know about it. So that's why I take time in the beginning to mention all this. So that is the skinny. Let me just make sure here. I'm just going to take a quick screenshot here, in case everything disappears, because it has been known to happen. All right. And I'm going to pop out the chat here and we'll get started in the readings here in a moment. All right. I think it kept them all. Yay. All right. So, but they are captured just in case anything happens. So if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, first of all, welcome, welcome. We've got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor. And so welcome to the Soul Tribe. Welcome to the family. I love the group of people that are drawn here. So how the free readings work is I go down in order, first come, first serve down the chat. That is the list. There's no special list. If you don't want to put your business out there, I get it. You can just ask for a general reading or guidance. Spirit knows, and we'll pull cards through that. If anyone makes a donation, which I do have a couple donations already, thank you guys so much. I do honor that as an energy exchange. And so I prioritize those readings, step out of the free readings. I dive deeper into those, pulling more cards. And then when I'm done, I return back to the free readings and I move down the list. I'm on for about 2 hours. I will bug out around 12:55 p.m. Mountain Time to head over to the Praying Mantis free session after this. So I try to get through as many free readings as I can. If yesterday you had, like, in the morning and in the night, I had a lot of donations, which I'm so blessed to have. I definitely don't want that to stop. So this is not to say that at all. But what I did was, because in the morning session, I only got to one free reading. I did come back on after the Praying Mantis session and completed those. So if you had one yesterday and you're like, oh, he didn't get to me, check yesterday's video. In the pinned comment, I have the video link to that session, so you can find your answers, because I did all of the free readings. And I also did in the evening too, if you missed out in the evening one. Not sure if I'll do that today. I may not make that my norm, but I enjoy doing that, so be sure to check that out. But anyway, all that to say also that I try to get through as many free readings as I can during the 2 hours. But if you do want to prioritize your reading, a donation of any kind, any amount, will prioritize your reading. I understand everyone's funds vary from person to person, day to day, country to country, planet to planet. So I honor what you're able to give with your heart. You can use the super chat down below, and in the pinned comment and description box of the video, I have my Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, and Square. So you can use any of those. All right, blah, blah, blah. I know. It must be my Capricorn rising or my Aquarius. I'm not sure which. That makes me want to communicate. Here's the skinny on everything. Blah, 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 right? But let's get started. So I do have a couple donations. We'll start here first with Nova Rodriguez. Thank you, Supernova, for your donations. And your first question here is the messages from your spirit guide. Kurt, I love it. I am using the Naked Heart Tarot. It's a beautiful deck. So that's what we'll start here. Let's see here. So what messages? All right. They are chatty, boom, boom, right away. Oh, right. Excuse me. So they right off the bat are telling you, don't be afraid to change direction. The three of wands is with new information, change direction on what you feel will make your life feel full emotionally. Don't be afraid. Do it. Do it. Do it. They're uh very softly direct. It feels like that's their personality. They're just like they were like someone that will always tell you the truth in a bluntly but a softly bluntly way, you know. They're just like no beating around the bush. They're like, "Hey, honey, do this." And you're like, "Oh, oh, oh, thank you." You know, like it. Yeah, and again, coming in here with the 8 of cups, they're saying leave behind the emotions and the relationships that no longer serve you. Friendships, family, whatever. Don't be afraid here. You've got the heart of swords, which is balancing your heart and your mind, but it takes like relationships, whatever it may be, that um you are the one that gives and gives and gives and gives into this black hole and you don't get anything back and you realize if I stopped giving into this that they would just drift away. They're saying just stop. You don't have to send them a termination notice of our friendship or our relationship is over. You can just be like, I'm just going to back away what I'm giving because I need that energy for me and for my dream and for where I want to head and what I want to do. Yeah. I got the 6 of Pentacles coming in here, so this is about the equal giving and receiving, you know, this is the kind of relationships, not codependent relationships, not where you overgive relationships, and if you haven't checked out my, Take 10 with Zen episodes 4 and 5, it talks about the 6 of Pentacles and some things we can do to release this out of balance giving and receiving that influences our codependent actions where we're our enablers, we're over giving, always giving to everyone else and having very little back, where we become resentful and bitter, you know. So I like this that they're saying this is what you deserve, and so there's actions that you can take with this, but you can walk away from, you know, those relationships, or you don't have to walk away, you just stop investing and they drift away. So you don't even have to leave a situation, you just stop giving, over giving in it, and it just drifts away anyway. They don't realize, "Oh, wow. How long have you we been not communicating? 9 months." "Oh, because 'cause you're the one that's always doing everything," you know? So there is this freedom that comes in with that from them, so I like that for you, Supernova. Oh, ah, very good, and I hope you had a great birthday. Yeah. Yeah, and do you need your family's attention? Ooh, uh-oh. It's like if they don't want if they don't wanna give you your attention, it's like, well, I can use that energy elsewhere. So, I think this is what they're telling you know, is a lot about that, right? It's like, you know what? It's okay. I know we have the supposed to and should have. We're supposed to be like this with family, and it's our responsibility to connect. But that's one thing I learned when I actually moved to be near my family in northern Idaho for a couple years. And during that, I realized, you know what? They're human just like everyone else. You know, people, you realize a lot of like, oh, so everyone's living their life. They're doing their own thing, which means I get to do my own thing. And it was a great release of, you know, all these expectations that were bubbling below the surface that I had on them and these that I thought they had on me. I'm just like, I freed us all from it. I freed myself from expectations I thought they had on me, and I freed them from all those expectations. And I'm like, you get to live your life and be human, and I get to go have my adventures too. I don't have expectations on communication, on, in fact, like years ago, I was like Christmas presents are over. Birthday presents are over. Well, send me a text. I'll send you a text. Happy birthday. You guys can celebrate it how you want, but there's no expectations around it, right? And so the birthday, right, was probably it was the worst one yet because your expectations weren't met, right? And you felt you were forced to go out, but you weren't, right? It is. It's amazing. And it's scary. Yeah, because we fear, what if my family rejects me? What if they do? You get to create your family. And it's amazing because, you know, family and blood and everyone else, they'll eventually get over it. Um, and it's cool. I just want to share here. There was my dad, which I haven't been really like super close with in my life. One of my nieces was getting married recently, and I was like, "Oh, I should go." And I was getting that nudge, and I'm like, "Well, with everything going on in my life and everything, I really couldn't." Um, I mean, I could, but it's like it's when you look at everything, it's like I really don't want to. Not that I don't love them, I just like I can't see me doing that with what everything that's going on, and I'm like, why put all the pressure and all the expense and everything with everything, right? So you think about everything, but my dad, he sent me a message and said that they were because they live in Hawaii, they're making travel arrangements. And I like it that it said it's like this is like an affirmation is why I want to tell you this. He said, they're making travel arrangements and I wanted to let you know that you don't need to feel pressure to attend. You don't need to conform to the wishes of the world, but to your own. We won't be offended if you don't attend, and if anyone else does, they'll have to get over it. And then he says, his wife's sister, he lives in Denver, like an hour away, and he says, We're gonna go visit them. So if you don't come, we'll come down and see you." I'm like, wow. So right. Exactly. And it's as well, it's a powerful thing. Excuse me. I didn't mean to cough in there. Sorry. Um, it's a wonderful thing to release everything, right? And that's what it is. It's like, wow. And it was a great confirmation because I was like, well, I don't want to go um with everything that's going on. And and then here comes this message that the creator put in my dad's brain to activate, and he was like, just out of the blue, bro, this is what's going on. So don't do it. And I'm like, wow, okay. What amazing validation of that we don't have to do anything we don't want to do. Because we talked about the birthday that I'm forced to go out. Did they come and kidnap you, a gun to your head, and say, "You must go out with us, or this is your last birthday. Happy birthday"? No. Fear is what we felt. I have to because I fear the repercussions. But like you're saying, they already reject you, right? God is so perfect. So sorry. So I like it, you know, this release, and you're like, I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. You don't have to do it, we don't have to be a douche about it, right? I don't have to like I immediately when I said no, I'm not gonna go, I immediately contacted my niece and I said, I love you, and I'm so happy for you. I'm just not gonna be able to at this time in my life make it there. So it's not that I don't love you and like, oh, we'll miss you, of course, but thanks for letting me know and thank you for the, congratulations and stuff. It was like, and it's only people are going to have to get over whatever emotions they choose. They get to choose their emotions, right? You get to choose your own. So that's what's coming in here. uh Hey, Safula, yeah, there are free readings. I do prioritize donations, but free readings, you just put your question in. I try to get through as many as I can in the couple hours, but I do prioritize donations. So that is the skinny there. Okay, so I feel like that was more than for just you and me as well, Supernova. So thank you for bringing this up because I feel we all need that to understand. We never have to do anything we don't want to do. It's like what? Yeah, we just face the repercussions, and people will react the way they're going to react, and they either will get over it or they won't. But we get to decide what we feel, what story we put to any situation, what actions we take, what energy we put out. We can't control any of that anyway. So let people experience what they need to experience. We can make it easier or harder for them to choose unconditional love or fear in the moment by how we am I expressing it in fear or am I expressing it in love, right? If I have to, if people were like, you have to go out for your birthday, and you're like, I just don't feel very well, and so I just I'm gonna chill. And if they're like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," you're like, okay, well, enjoy your go out in my honor and have a plate for me, but I don't feel like I can go out, you know. And so that's the difference, right? All right. And then your second question was here it is. So, if any, what is your musical talent and gifts, especially when it comes to creating music with the melody, the dissonance, and the harmony, or in any other aspects? All right. So, let's take a look here. Okay. See what Spirit wants you to know about that. Excuse me. Evidently, my pipes were not as clear as I thought they were. So we've got two, two, two. So maybe it's the beat of two, 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 the timing, how things unfold here. But what I like here is there's this energy of connecting to your higher self. And look at this energy, the Knight of Wands, the fast movement of energy. I feel like the talent that you have isn't so much about the I don't want to say the details, because how much music has been created and how much new, you know, um, you know, musical note changes and things. What hasn't been done, right? It's like, well, so I feel like where the gift comes in, where the uniqueness comes in, is connecting to your higher self and trusting where you're drawn to, where your energy takes you. I'm so sorry. It's just getting me all choked up. I'm just so happy. No, I'm just kidding. But it's great. The star card is the Aquarius, which is the rebel, which is doing things differently, doing things surprisingly too, like shifts and different things. Um, but I feel like so much of this is about doing things differently, as far as like different instruments, different combinations of things. I think I mentioned before they were like, look at world music, look at all the variety of different music that's out there. The combination of things, bringing in different instruments, bringing in different sounds. Um, what was it? August Rush. If you haven't seen that movie, check that out. They're bringing that to my mind. They just hit that in my head. A lot of great world music. Even Aurora, she's amazing. I think she's from Norway or the Netherlands, up in that area. Um, just so different and unique, and so it's the energy that comes forward is what makes it so different, and the vibration of the vocals is also something that changes. But it's the combination, and they are bringing in here the devil card, which is the shaking away of the old ways of all the, well, it has to be this way. Yeah, throw it out, do things differently, allow you to be free. And how they I don't, they're showing me science fiction movies where they show future music and how different it is, and different things like that. So, yeah, vibration of your vocals, of the vibration of the energy, but also the vibration of the energy, that comes out through you too. The Because we're always everything is vibration. The words are vibration. The sound of the shaking of the vocal cords is vibration. The sound that instruments make is vibration. Your attitude, your emotions are a vibration. Your thoughts are vibration. So it's all about all of the vibration that you bring in. And this is noise. We turn down the noise of the fears of rejection, the fears of not doing things right, and allowing yourself with the two of swords, close your eyes and open your heart, and it allows you, to like you said, you channel music from the other worlds. And again, burn down the old, and balance out. This is connecting to the higher realms and cutting away the fears, and it allows a higher type of vibrational energy into the music, and there's no restriction. It's like trusting your heart, letting your energy guide you, in it. So, um You know, I like last night for you. I know it's like, "What?" You were in a sour mood, but, I feel like there's a song there. Birthday, death day, it's like when I ended that side of me, there's so much emotion in that people feel. Like, I'm forced to go to this wedding, I'm forced to go to this birthday celebration, I'm forced to go to, this or that, and it's freedom, like the birthday is freedom day, it's death day, I could just see all these lyrics, just put out your emotions, journal your emotions, capture it because it's an important energy. So that is what they have for you, Supernova. All right. So and then next, and again, thank you for your donations. I appreciate that. All right. And then Dijona, thank you so much for your donation. All right. Do you do you be tripping? Oh, the initial. Are they tripping when they say they like each other? Okay. Yeah, definitely. Journaling helps get it out of you and transform the energy, but it also uh, you know captures great juicy stuff for your lyrics. All right. So, well, it's interesting here, Dijona. We've got this, we got the lovers card here and the four of pentacles. So I don't feel like it's tripping because the four of pentacles is this energy of like home and calmness and solidity in the outside world. So this doesn't feel like tripping. In fact, we've got this four of wands, which is joy and celebration, and even marriage card, but joy, celebration, and being true to their authentic selves. So I feel like the energy that comes through here, it doesn't I don't know if they've got like this solid foundation, and like, I'm gonna be me and the unique me. They've got like this attitude about feeling confident and strong in the decisions and what they do and where they head and all this kind of stuff. And so it doesn't feel it feels solid. I mean, 4 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, solid foundation, right? It's like a huge table with 4 legs. It's very solid, and it's like, "Okay, I see what's going on here." But, it just feels unique, and I'm gonna be me, and, yeah, so you have an opinion. Okay, that's what you think, I'm gonna be who I am. Whatever. It's the kind of energy I feel from it. So hopefully that makes sense, but, I don't feel like at least now they're not tripping out. Um, you know, maybe momentarily like everyone else when if you blindsided them like, "Hey, I think blah 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 blah," they're like, "What?" And then they're like, whatever." I feel like it's very very momentary if they did, but I just feel that solid energy that's coming in right now. So that's what they have for you, Dejana. Hopefully that makes sense there. And I think, let me just make sure I didn't have any more up here. Nope. All right. Okay, you're very welcome. And thank you as well. Jennifer, yeah, I do have your Cash App. Before you, though, Love1234 had made their donation. So I'll do Love1234, then Jennifer, and then Divinely Protected. Thank you guys so much. All right. So Love1234. Hello, hello. I just love the how the green stands out and you get your badge there. So thank you for being a member. Little shout out. And let's take a look here and see. So number one. All right. And then number two. All right. Little bro. Great. Thank you, Jennifer, for answering that. And then good number three. All right. Wow, what they're doing like little crosses. 1, 2, 3. And then number four. Okay, number four. Okay, so the energies of that. And then number 5. You wish on number 5. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. We'll see what Spirit says. All this based on current energies. So number 1, I think we get this with her whenever we ask about mom. And we got the 2 of Wands, which is whatever they focus on is what grows and expands here. And, there is this um, choices of taking a different direction that she desires to change directions in her life in 2024. But the 2 of Wands here definitely is this energy of whatever we focus on is what grows and expands, like attracts like. So it's going to be whatever she's focusing on is what she's drawing in. So that's within her power, not yours. But you can always remind her, that's what I do with my mom when um, she shares things, and I'm like, thank you for sharing what's going on in your life. And just remember, like attracts like. So if we focus in on our pain grows. If we focus on gratitude, gratitude grows. And so I like this energy where, we can help people by listening into what they need to vent and get it off their chest. And then we can, just gently remind, like, what's wonderful is happening in your life right now? What are you grateful for in this moment? And we can help them change their focus, kind of like the alarm on the phone, right? Gratitude, 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 taking us from fear and what we're focusing on to gratitude. So that's what I feel for number one. And number two, um, yeah, well, of course, I feel like they see you as this king of wands, which you put forth your energy, you do things, you like entrepreneur energy too. But that you just go. You go for what you want. And the 10 of cups is this full, emotionally full life. So this is their perception of you, right? Um, so they're like, "Wow, you just uh, go for what you want in life, and you." I almost feel like they feel like you're uh, not, I don't think it's jealousy, but a little bit of like, why, like, you have the Midas touch. Whatever you do, it just seems to work out. Why do you get that? But he doesn't, of course, realize everything that you do behind the scenes, and that it's not things are not just handed to you. But I feel like there's a little bit of that belief there that why do you just get this stuff that just happens? Why? But you're like, you don't know all the work I do, the inner work and everything I've done to be able to have this, you know. So I feel like that's the energy there. But they see you as happy, they see you as a go-getter, an entrepreneur, and they just are like, that's I feel like that's what you show, and that's what they recognize within themselves as well. So, whenever we're asking about what people's perceptions are of us, we always remember we're a mirror, they're a mirror. So, what I see tells me about me. What they see about you is really what they see about you. So, um, I don't know if they see you as a good sister, because I don't know if they feel you share it with them. This is just their perception of you. If they think they're good, then they're gonna think you as a good sister. If they have low self-esteem, they're gonna see that in you. So you can't control that anyway. And remember, other people's opinions of you are none of your business, because it doesn't have anything to do with you. All right. And uh number 3, things coming in August here, you've got the Chariot, the power of choice. So just like Mama's lesson here, I feel like something that happens though is that within August you are looking into, because we talked about the 6 of Pentacles stuff already, right? So, we've got this transformation with that 6 of Pentacles of your worth, choosing to forgive, choosing this is that abandonment. This is the feeling left behind out in the cold, kind of energies that's what keeps things from coming in and stepping in here. The Chariot is movement and victory, and your choice of looking at those things and making the choices to release that, releasing this. It's like the energy that we have towards those individuals that we felt abandoned us as children, and we're like, you know what, I understand everything now. I intentionally forgive and release, process all this, and this is what changes things, which gets things flowing and moving, right? And I think we've talked about that. So that's definitely a blessing, because um it removes these force fields that are keeping love coming in stronger, abundance, what you're wanting, dreams come true, all of that. The little inner child, if it feels I have to give this much and I have only deserved this, all of this that you have to do, right? But when we transform and deal with those things, it brings it down to here, right? So I think I mentioned the Take 10 was then episodes 4 and 5. They're being reiterated again a little louder. I like your spirit guides. So, and then number 4. All right. So, if you would take that, you'd have peace of mind. I feel like, because you have these fears that would be relieved a little bit. Um, but you also here, it would allow you to look at your capital T truths. What do you truly want? Who do you truly want to be? I think it just brings more clarity into your life too, because if you take that role, um, it's going to feel empty for you, right? Because your dream, you're getting this taste of going for your dream, and that makes the other stuff feel less and less and less, right? And I feel like that's what's coming in here. It's almost peace of mind. It's almost boring. It's like, well, okay, well, I'm hitting these things that I need. Like you said, it funds my dream and it funds all this stuff, but it doesn't feel it feels like it's work. It's a job. It's not dream. And that canyon between the two is growing bigger. You're seeing the stark difference between those things. It's like, oh, got a little bit of a spotlight on me. All right. So that's what I feel that they're saying about that. And then uh so your final one. When I said you wish, it's your heart's dream, right? Your heart will be fulfilled. This is like your heart's desire. You have the Nine of Pentacles, which is about being independent, and but with spirit here too. So I feel like there's this fullness that you have around finances and abundance in the outside world and the outside world. So I feel like this that I don't feel like it's going to be the majority of it. I just feel like it's enough of it because this is about independence and they're in a garden with spirit. So I don't feel like it's like continual type of travel. You have some that, allow your heart is allowed to have some of its higher desires, but I feel like there's wherever your heart's wishes come true, that's what comes in here. It's like the dream, it's all about the dream, and if it fits into, like, the true north of living your heart's desire, then yeah, but there's this coming into this fullness of your worth within yourself that, stands out, here, because, if what does traveling truly mean, for you? Um, and I feel like the more you focus on your dream, the less the external things matter, and that brings you into this balanced approach of like, well, I enjoy traveling, but it becomes less and less fulfilling for you because you're getting fulfilled from the inside. And these things that you were trying to fulfill yourself on the outside become duller and duller. And it's like, well, because they can't compare to this that you find within yourself. So that is what they have for you, Love 1234. So thank you again so much for your donation. All right. And then Jennifer, you are up. And again, thank you for answering T Dolla's question. There is whatever you're able to give from your heart, there's no set dollar amount. So thank you for that. And let me scroll up and see if you have your question up above. Scroll, 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 scroll. And if you haven't asked your question, pop it down below and I will get to that here. Let's see. All right. So I don't see a question, Jennifer. So if you want to pop your question there, and if I missed it, oh, there it is right there. As I say, if I missed it, I'm like, oh, what does spirit want you to know right now to heal? As I'm saying that, they're like guiding my eye right to it. That's funny. Spirit is hilarious. Hilarious. Let's take a look here and see what they have for you, Jennifer. So, what does Spirit want you to know that will help you heal? Okay. What else? All right. So, you have one card, three cards, and one card. So, we have the movement of wands, which is the Knight of Wands. And this is the pursuit of our power, right? So, the energy that comes through here is about energy. And what it tells us, with that magic wand is wherever we focus our energy is what grows and expands. So like attracts like, right? So if I um life experience showed me this too, with which spirit is showing me, if I have like pain in my body somewhere, if I focus on my pain, whether it's heartache pain or physical pain or mental pain or pain in my butt in the outside world. Whatever I'm focusing on, uh, I grow it and it expands because what I'm doing, and Spirit showed me this wonderful example here of like going into a bakery, and how like Dunkin' Donuts, and they have these big glass, things. They have all the donuts in there. The little kid goes in there and points at it and goes, you know, points at this and this and this and this and this over and over again. Then that's what the baker gives them a dozen of, and they're like, "Well, I hate these donuts. Why'd you give me a dozen of these?" They're like, "Well, that's what you were pointing at." And like the baker says, "If you point at the donuts you love, I'll give you dozens of those instead." And you're like, "All right, well, I want this, that, and this." And so all of that, is what comes forward. Sorry, let me. Oh, that's a little better. um, so I feel like that's what they're talking here is when we move from a place of that this stuff is happening to me, I stop growing those things and asking for those things. And when I start focusing on what I'm grateful for, not that I'm like, I'm grateful for my pain, I'm grateful for my pain. No, I'm grateful for perfect health. I'm grateful for these things in my life. If it's not my ears that are hurting me, whatever, I'm like, I'm grateful that I have two ears that are healthy and that I can hear. I have two eyes that I can see. I've got two arms because some people have one arm. Some people are deaf in one ear, 2 ears, or blind. We start focusing on the gratitude of our life. This grows and this diminishes, right? Because it tells us here too, when we're focusing on the lower vibrational energies, that brings us stress and fear. It activates things in our physical body. Of course, disclaimer, I am no medical professional or psychologist or anything like that. Check out the disclaimer in my video description. Um, but the body, when it goes into fight or flight mode, when it's in fear, our digestion shuts down, our immune system shuts down, all sorts of stuff. It's meant for short term, but with emotional fears, we loop it. That heartbreak feeling is our heart going into fear over and over and over and over again when we remember the thing we fear, right? So part of what we can that helps heal us is where we're focusing our energy, where we're consciously doing it. Talk about it a little bit on the channel because this is what's wonderful tool that we all get. These things called cell phones, which give us the ability to set a vibrating alarm that can go off from a certain time when we wake up to a certain time when we go to sleep. And we can do it for every half hour, hour, or whatever to come back to gratitude. And because we're taught to focus on our fears, but if we can move our attention and our intention and our thoughts and our mental thoughts, our emotional thoughts, our energetic thoughts, our physical actions to gratitude, then we're going to see a change in our lives, right? And I feel like that's what they're having here. And then they want to go to the completely the one, the three, the one. They want to go to the other one, and you do have this rebirth available. Not, don't worry, the death card in this case does not mean a physical death. It is about a transformation, and that we can have an ending of old things, the ending of pain, the ending of whatever, and a new beginning. There's just a phase, and it just takes time for us to make the change. When we continue to do what we've always done, we're going to get what we've always gotten, right? I learned that through 5 relationships. Why do I keep ending up in the same relationship with the same person, just in someone else's body? But so that is that. And then the in between, yeah, here is all the transformation. So we had the ace. Here's the two of wands, which the two of wands is exactly what I was talking about here. So they're reiterating here about this is the change. This is what when we change our energy, this is how we get from where we're at to this transformation is choosing our emotions. And all this wands, you got 4 wands. So the middle ones are all the power of where you're focusing your energy, The transformation, the 5, which starts off as something that is fearful, that transforms into something loving. So again, transforming where we're investing our energy. And the 7 of wands here, which is all about standing your ground and allowing yourself to be moved to a higher place. So I really like this. All this is about the energy that you have here. Sorry for the glare there. The sun will move past this bright metal object here in a moment. Um, but there's this great focus here of where am I investing my energy? That is what grows, and that's where I make the change. So that's what's coming in for you, Jennifer. Hopefully that makes sense and resonates for you there. But that's what they have. So many blessings. Hang in there. And thank you again for your donation. Okay, very good. Okay, and I think that was all of those donations. So let me scroll up here, and we'd left off here. So divinely protected. Thank you so much also for being a member. Shout out to the praying mantis. Whoop whoop. All right. And it said, what do your guides think you should do about your living situation? You don't think the current setup's going to work? Oracle and a few tarot. Sure. Let's take a look here. So I know you like the numerology guidance card, so we'll use that for your oracle, and then we'll pull some tarot too. So what the spirit wants you to know about your living situation? Okay, they actually gave you 2. All right. Two and 2. All right. So these must be for this one, and this one is for this one. Well, okay. So we've got, whoop, here we go. Maybe we'll get it in here. There we go. Kind of. Wow. That is very bright today. I think the sun must be moving in a direction because this normally doesn't happen. No, Rishi, we haven't started the free readings yet. So well, here we go. We got the self-discipline card number 41. And you've also got um, the strength card with the infinity symbol and the 2 of pentacles with the infinity symbol. Cycles, cycles, cycles. And of course, 5 with being 4 and 1 being the number of change. So let's see what the oracle says here. Because self-discipline says it indicates a need for self-discipline, motivation, and action to improve your quality of life. So I feel like they're saying, yeah, the change, right? By drawing this card, you're being reminded that you need to meet the universe halfway because your dreams won't manifest by themselves. So this is a time to clarify your goals and to plan and prioritize your ideas and actions. Then take the mental, emotional, and physical action needed to make your dreams come true. So that makes sense with all of this, that your living situation right now is just a stepping stone. It's like they're showing me how, we have a layover in an airport before we take our next flight. It's a very short period of time. It's like you're on a layover, right? You're moving from one place to another. It's pause, but then you're going to be moving. This is where you're really clarifying your dreams, what you really want, what you want to leave behind too. If you have stuff you want to get rid of, both emotionally, mentally, physically, energetically, and that this is the cycles, right? It's just a momentary cycle. And then you're being encouraged to rein in any thoughts and emotions that are contrary to what you're trying to attract. Rather than letting your doubts and worries consume you, you must have the strength, the strength, strength card, right? The strength and the willpower to focus predominantly on your dreams. You can attain those goals with a strong, disciplined mind when you surrender the outcome to the divine. This is where you need to play your part. The universe will provide you the opportunities, but you need to see them through. And the affirmation for that card is when self discipline and action, I'm sorry, with self discipline and action, I make my dreams come true. So, that's what there's clarity that comes in with where you're at right now in your situation, right? So you're realizing what is my true north? What is the dream I'm going to go for? Everything else, decisions become very easy. Is this helping me towards my dream? No. Is it helping me toward my dream? Yes. Invest energy in it, right? So, so sorry. So I like that. And then, oh, okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. So we've got forgiveness here with 96. Yeah, 96. It's almost like reversed where I felt like that was Cancer sign for some reason. But if that means anything to you, the sign of Cancer, the zodiac sign of Cancer. And so forgiveness says this card indicates a need to forgive yourself and others for any past actions that may have introduced pain into your life. And by drawing this card, you're being encouraged to heal any unresolved anger, hate, jealousy, resentment, or guilt that is blocking your success. Such emotions are toxic to your body and hold you back from attracting a harmonious life. For the sake of your health and future happiness, you must forgive the past. Forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean blessing, forgetting, or condoning the unsavory behavior of others. It means releasing yourself from a self created prison so you can move forward with your life. I just love these cards for you. They always bring in the phrases that you were talking about so you can move forward. When you come to accept and move on from real or perceived betrayals, you create a happier future built on freedom and inner peace. Bitterness only attracts disharmony, misery, and pain. Thus, forgiveness is the best way to set your spirit free. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural cycles, right? The rhythm and cycles of your life that are encouraging you to forgive people, situations, and behaviors from the past. By reliving past misfortune, you run the risk of attracting more of the same. But when you forgive, let go, and move on, you can move your dreams. I'm sorry, you can make your dreams come true. Again, both of these about dreams coming true. You improve your prospects for the future when you practice acceptance and forgiveness. The affirmation, I create a happier future as I accept and forgive the past. And it's so perfect here because you also you've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician, endings with the 10 and new beginnings. Where you invest in your energy and bringing fortune, where even your human feels fortunate with it. So I like the combination of all these cards that came in here because I feel like whatever situation you're in, this layover is to allow this forgiveness, allow this release of these things so that you can move forward. So um, that is their uh, advice. So hopefully that is brings resonates with what your living situation is. Maybe you're in the situation where you're face to face with someone like, okay, I see why you guys are here, and this is the forgiveness that helps release things, that helps me move forward to where I want to be. That's in alignment with my dreams. So that is what they have for you. So thank you so much for your donation, Divinely Protected, and many blessings. All right, Mia, you are up next. Thank you for your donation. Hello, dear. Uh, and you want to know, what does F truly think about you and like about you? All right. Of course, when we ask that, when we ask about what other people think of us and feel about us, it changes from moment to moment because they're looking at us through their eyes and their journey, So, like they say, other people's opinion of us is none of our business because it really doesn't. We're a mirror. What they're seeing is themselves. So they're seeing aspects of themselves in us. So, take it with a grain of salt what they're thinking, because it may not have anything to do with you or much to do with you, right? So let's take a look here, and we'll bring in here what their overall tendency is to think of you, because again, if they're in a bad mood, they're going to think differently of you than when they're in a good mood, right? That's the fickleness of the human opinion. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah. Depends on the moment. Sometimes. We are in the Libra moon. If you didn't check it at the beginning of the video here, I do talk about Libra moon energy that we started this morning that goes all the way through, at least in Eastern time, um, to like Monday evening. So there is this balance, and you might experience this balancing energy this weekend. But I feel like it depends on, again, they're saying, eh, some days this, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So they do see you here as someone who stands your ground, not that you're a hissing cat, but you will stand your ground. You're not necessarily in a mean way, but you're strong, and they see you this is how they see you, that you're someone who stands strong for themselves and is true to their authentic selves. I mean, both of these cards together really represent standing up for who you are and for what you believe, you know, authentic, being true to your authentic self and standing up for yourself. All that energy that comes together here, it is very, very clear. They're like, wow, okay, all right, respect. That's what they, as we say here, they respect that. They're like, wow, I am not that brave to stand up for myself as much as you do. So they see that it's a compliment here with all of that here. Yeah, and again, Spirit of Wands, entrepreneur type of strength, energy. Like you take your Ace of Wands, you take your energy. They see you as someone who definitely, and that makes sense with the Seven of Wands, is you stand up for what you want and you go for what you want and you're able to make things happen and you move forward. And they see this confidence in you with this energy, which again, they're not that confident. They are like, wow, it really, it's a contrast for them. They're like, wow, I'm not that confident. I'm not that brave. I'm not that to do that. And they like it. They want that. And they recognize that is within themselves, but I feel like deep down and it wants to come out. But they definitely see this, and that's a respectful thing. They also, there's joy and celebration here, and there's energetic attraction, physical energetic attraction, and they've got feelings of joy and happiness too. So, they think about you, they like those things about you, they're attracted to you, and they like this. I feel like you, excuse me, you have this jovialness. I don't know if that's a word, but it just feels like that's what's coming in. You just kind of have this positive outlook in life, and that's where a lot of your energy, where you're able to move forward, because I feel like you have a lot of joy and gratitude around things instead of focusing on all the negative. That's something else that they desire for you here. Um, and I don't know if you share, because this also represents like your spiritual posse and your spiritual energy. And I don't know if they subconsciously, I feel like they pick up how intuitive you are and how connected to spirit you are. And they're almost like how it's almost like eerie to them sometimes, how stuff and you make decisions that just are like because you trust your gut and you trust your instinct too. So hopefully that makes sense, Mia, but that's their perception of you. Um, and again, it depends on the day and the moment. Some days they don't think too highly of themselves, so they don't think too highly of anyone. And you're in that list because that you're in their peripherals. Other days they're feeling really good. They feel really, really good about you too. But it's constantly changing and constantly moving. All right. So that's what they have for you, Mia Mia. So many blessings to you. And Supernova, thank you for your additional donation here. You want to know what? Are you over giving to others emotionally, energetically, physically, mentally? And what's the contrast between what you're giving versus what they give to you in return or generally? So, of course, that's going to vary from person to person to person to person, right? But we'll do generally because you said generally, of course. So we're going to get the overall, but it does vary by person, by moment. Um, so there's always tons of examples with this. We'll see what spirit wants you to know here. Okay. So this represents the overgiving. You have the spirit, the knight of, I mean, the king of pentacles, which is, abundance. When you get stuff, I feel like it's almost like um, they're showing me like someone stepping out in a foreign country where all the children are trying to get you to buy their chicle. It's reminding me of when I went to Mexico. That's the memory they're doing. You get out of a taxi and they're all chicle, chicle, chicle because they all know you have money and they want you to buy their gum. That's how they need to survive, right? They also showed me someone walking in. Another memory was something I saw of Cat Island, where people go there because it's overrun by a lot of cats. Like there's everywhere, and this guy goes in every day, and he brings this big bag, and they recognize him. They all come flocking because they have the food. And I feel like that's kind of what happens. Was like when you have abundance, they're all like, "Hey, whatever it may be, we want it. We want your energy. We want your money. We want your whatever blessing you get. Come share it with us. You need to share it with us." So I see that because the energy here too with the judgment card here is your higher self calling you to this higher place. You are going through this transformation. You're a butterfly, but we got all these caterpillars that are wanting, they don't want to do the work, but they want the reward, right? Which is one of these emoticons that we have. I just have to share it. This is if I think it was if you saw the trailer today too, um, it talks about the backstory of the butterfly and the caterpillar, how there's we like we're gonna do the work, and so you go do the work and you come out a butterfly out of the cocoon, and then you come out and they're all the caterpillars are fatter and bigger because while you were transforming, they were still eating more leaves, going, it seemed like a lot of work. We figured you would just take us everywhere. We're gonna take you and fly you. And when you look at the butterfly carrying the caterpillar, they ain't gonna go very far. They ain't gonna do very well, right? So uh I feel like that's the message that kind of is coming in there. And yeah, again, we've got you've got all this energy. Yeah, you're a butterfly. Here's the energy that you're able to put forward and create and the new opportunities that come in. And this sage is you, digging into your capital T truths and going to a higher level. And so it's like all of this stuff is what they want to glean from you and what they I don't feel like they give back a whole lot. Because first of all, really when we're asking the question, what am I overgiving? It's like everything, you know. And what's the contrast? They can't give you what you're needing because we only find that inward and upward anyway. And so when we realize that no one can give me what I truly need, you stop worrying about what you're receiving from other people and you invest all that energy that you're trying to get. That's what we're taught, right? Give, give, give so we can receive. There's always condition. That's the conditional love of this realm. Give, 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 and then I'll receive, and then you don't receive, and we get mad because that's not the deal. So I give, give, give more because, da, 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 da. And we've talked about, the Six of Pentacles in the Take 10 with Zen, episode 4 or 5, whichever one it is. And we develop this out of balance giving and receiving when we're young, 7 years old and younger, with whoever we had to give a lot to and get very little from. That's what's running below the surface. That's on autopilot in our subconscious until we bring it up and we realize, oh, this is where my overgiving belief was formed, and that's where I'm going to change it. So check out those if you haven't, because it's huge, and it releases us from keeping score of what I'm giving and what I'm receiving, because you stop giving your life force away. You stop looking to receive from the outside world. You become a chalice. You get filled with the unconditional eternal love from above. It comes down, fills us up, and then people get the overflow. When we are a barrel where we're plugging everyone in at the bottom and they're sucking our life force, we're not sucking it because we're pushing out our life force to everyone else. What happens? We feel empty, we feel drained, we feel resentful and exhausted, right? But when we take and disconnect all those pipelines that we've connected to us, we've done it. People can't take it from us. We give it to them. And that's the big aha is I'm the one that's been doing this, not them doing it to me. Then, because we're taught, well, I need to give to everyone so that I can fill up. But why am I draining? Why is my energy going? Why is all this happening? We disconnect all those from the barrel. Instead, we become a chalice where we don't plug people in. We fill up, and when we're full, everyone gets overflow. They get the leftovers, not the meal, right? And so that's what's coming in, right? Ding, ding, ding. I like it. Yeah, yeah. And so this is the change. This is what happens is we become selfish. We're taught such a bad thing. It's like, no, we don't get upset when they tell us that on a plane, right? In the event of an emergency and the oxygen mask drop, they don't say, take care of everyone else. And if you survive, then put the mask on yourself. That's not what they say. They say, when the mask drops, put it on yourself. Then you're getting oxygen, you're full. Then you can help others. Put the mask on everyone else. Right. So I feel like that's the message that's coming in here. All right. So that's what they have for you, Supernova. Thank you so much for your donation. And then Red, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. You're very welcome. All right. So Red, 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 Red. What did HL think when you left his house yesterday? All right. You are very welcome, Red. Oh, let's take a look here. How did they feel? And let's see. We'll even ask a couple questions. We'll ask if you're going to see him tonight based on current energies. All right. Well, we like this. So, um, first of all, the magician, this is a lot of fiery energy. So they definitely felt magical. A lot of this, you know, um, divine. It's like divine masculine type of energy, excitement, manifestation, right? Um, they're, they had a conflicting in their mind, right? They've got fears, but which always happens when we have a nice experience. I feel like in their head they're like, "Oh, when's the other foot gonna drop?" Because that's the way that the fears work, right? It's like, "This is too good to be true," or "Oh no," what when does the insanity appear? When it's like always like, wait for it. There it is, crazy. They're like waiting for like, okay, when does the bad hit? And this is like their where they go to in their mind. But they've got the 4 of cups because they're realizing here that something that happened, it did feel a different for them. It felt kind of magical, and I don't know if you saw it in their eyes, their giant eye, that this is what they normally experience in interactions with other people in the way that you guys interacted, but the Ace of Cups, it felt different, it felt higher, it felt like, what the heck was that? Whoa, what is this? This is new. I feel like you might have even saw it in their eyes. If not, it definitely was there where they felt it was like, this is different. And that's what really spawned the, uh-oh, what's happening here is, and I want, and I feel like maybe, let's take a look here. Maybe not tonight. I feel like they do. They're like, okay, I do want this. I want more of this, because we've got the 7 of Pentacles, which is the patience card. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So it's patience. And then you have the moon card too, which there's this deep, emotion here, but also this is about the phases and that it's about timing. So I feel like that they definitely want to see you again, but I feel like it's not like tonight. I feel like it's delayed because they've got something else happening. But I like it. It feels very positive, Red. So that is what is coming through here, for you. So I like that. What did you do to him? But it happens, especially with the spiritual energy, that moon energy, this nurturing Mother Luna energy that comes in. Um, because we had Virgo energy last night, and we've moved into Libra energy, which is the balancing of partner relationship that happens. So maybe not tonight, but maybe like tomorrow or Monday, because the moon energy is around Libra, which is relationships. Like I talked about the Libra energy at the beginning of this session. So if you want to check that out too, because the moon is important. All right. So that is what they have for you right now, Red. So thank you so much for your donation. I'm happy for you. All right. Divinely protected. So you are up next here. I don't have the psychic tarot over here. Let me grab it. Zip. I knew exactly where that is at. They didn't hide that one from me. So we will bring this in, bring the energy in here. And numerology. All right. So let me put those over there. All right. So let's take a look here and we'll see, what does Spirit want you to know? I guess I should have kept out the book. That would have been good since they're oracle. All right. So let's see what we got here, divinely protected. And again, thank you for your donation. Oh, and then Polka, I did get your donation, so you'll be up after that. Yeah, because divinely protected came in before that. So good to see you, Poco. All right. Okay. And then numerology. So what will you sacrifice if you decide what you want to do in this situation? Okay. If you decide to do what you want to do in this situation. Yep. It's funny, they're both purple. I like these. So of course you get balance and perseverance coming in here. And so we'll read balance first, which of course is the justice card. And so this card does represent the need for balance and harmony with your inner life as well as with what's surrounding you in the physical world. So this is what you're sacrificing, right? You're sacrificing some balance. And this denotes that some lifestyle adjustments are required at this time. It could be associated with love, relationships, business, or even your career. And the balance card is also being shown to you to make you realize that what you perceive to be happening around you is really an externalization of an inner process or conflict that you may be currently experiencing. This card will often appear if you work in the legal field or when you're involved in law related matters. I don't feel like that resonates. But have faith that justice will triumph, as justice and karma go hand in hand. Take only what you've earned, treat people fairly, and don't take advantage of anyone. When determining something, there must be a state of balance emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually, so that you can make rational decisions and logical judgments. This is a time to be honest and caring and responsible for the choices that you've made, as well as the ones that will be made in the future. Okay, let's see what the perseverance brings in here. Yeah, so this card indicates a time to keep moving forward as you strive to achieve your hopes and your dreams. You just can't make it up. That was what the other one said too, right? Because despite your current challenges, success is well within your reach. You're never given more than you can handle, and you have the strength and ability to make it through. So face your challenges head on with determination, courage, and faith. With perseverance and persistence, you can make your dreams come true. And by drawing this, I'm so sorry, by drawing this card, you're being encouraged to cultivate mental resilience and stability, since a calm and stable mind creates a calm and stable life. Make yourself aware of the negative thoughts and beliefs that are currently influencing you and muster up the strength to develop a positive state of mind. Call on heavenly assistance when you need it and have faith in your ability to create an exceptional life. With perseverance and persistence, I create an exceptional life. So it almost feels like I'm like, they didn't give you what you're sacrificing. I feel like they gave you advice on what you need to do to make the best decision for your life, right? With those cards coming in. All right. And then what will you be gaining if you decide to move forward with what you want to do? Okay, I get you there. And then same cards. Let's take a look here. And thank you for your additional donation. Poco, I will be to you next. I just, since we're on the same energy, I just kind of want to jump to that real quick. I appreciate you understanding because I know you understand. We're right in the scheme, right in the midst of it here. So let's take a look here. What will you be gaining? uh, I like this. This is, I think this is the Five of Pentacles in this deck, which is financial and material changes. And yay, we like patience, right? You'll be gaining patience. Yay. So, uh, number five here. Let's see. Yeah, it is the Five of Pentacles. So, what you'll be gaining here, um, it actually it talks about loss, but it has to do with the five is the number of change, right? So it's the change of loss, I feel. But I'll read what the card says because it says the number five physical card represents changes, challenges, and losses, and usually related to material or financial concerns. You may be losing some of the things around you, but you must acknowledge and know that besides existing as a physical being, you're an incredible and resourceful spiritual entity. Use your powerful forces within to help you through this difficult period. Everything changes for a reason, and this time isn't meant to be a punishment. Know that your current conditions will transform for the better. So I like it, right? Great. A positive question to ask yourself now is, what did I learn from this and how can I avoid it in the future? Remember that there are lessons to be understood in everything, and it's up to you and you alone to decide how long it will take for you to learn them. All right. And then the patience card, number 2. So this card indicates a time to stop and enjoy the present moment, as nothing more can be done to achieve the outcome you desire. Rather than take action, you're being asked to evaluate your progress and clarify your dreams. That's what a lot of these have said, which will help you manifest them sooner. This card also indicates a need to take your time and pace yourself instead of making hasty plans and decisions. Failure to do so could result in stress and disappointment. This is an opportunity to focus all your energy and attention on visualizing your dreams as opposed to pushing against the obstacles standing in your way. Surrender the outcome to the universe and get on with living your life. Wow. Allow things to come to fruition in divine order and timing. Stillness is the key to receiving clear and accurate guidance, and patience will help you attract the outcome you desire. And the affirmation is, I patiently trust and surrender the outcome to the divine. I kind of get that where it's timing, it's wait, right? Don't rush into it. Really clarify your dreams. Take this time for this forgiveness and stuff to let go of it. And it's like you're releasing some internal stuff and you're getting clarity of what your dreams are, and then you're realizing what you're ready to let go of. And so again, it's like a layover. I almost feel like, if you ever have a layover when you're traveling anywhere by plane, and you really you're like, okay, well, I've got 5 hours here. I can't really do anything. But look, here's a restaurant. Let me go eat something. So I'm going to go sit. And then you do a lot of reflection. There's kind of like this pause, right? So that's what I feel this kind of is about. It's like pause, take pause, and then clarity will come. So I like it. Not that it's a bad idea overall, depending on what it is. I just feel like they're like, wait, just don't rush. Just take this layover to decide and determine and to clear away stuff, and then it'll all become clear. So that's what I feel is coming in. All right. So again, thank you so much for your donations, multiple donations. They're divinely protected. All right. So Polka, thank you for your donation. And then Patty, you'll be up after that. So Poco, your question is, since the Aries gent hasn't contacted you this week as compared to frequent texts, is he having second thoughts about us, or is he focused on something or someone else? All right, let's take a look here and we'll get into that. Let me just shuffle these up. Let's see what's going on here. What's their current energies? What's happening here? All right. All right. Yeah, they got a little bit of a journey going on here in their life right now. Got the 7 of Wands, which is about standing their ground, and I feel like this doesn't have to do with you. I feel like there's something that's focused on. They really distracted. I feel like they're being bombarded from a lot of different areas of their life where it feels like they're in fight or flight mode, this defensiveness. because I feel here with these cards coming in here, we've got the Hanged Man, which is pausing, loading, loading, loading. The Heart of Cups, the Queen of Cups, a lot of deep emotional stuff that's flowing below the surface too. That's why I feel like this transformation with this waiting period is happening. um what's happening in their world, because we'll come back to this for you in a sec. We've got the heart of, let's see if I can do this. Okay, let's just put the cards down. Let's just do it. Let's not be a man and try to carry all the groceries. Let's get a cart, right? So we've got the heart of swords, which is balancing of heart and mind, and it has to do with these feelings they have of their self-worth, abandonment, all this stuff that's happening is because they've got all this stuff in the outside world that's making them look at these feelings of not being worthy and all this stuff that's clicking in their world, right? Feelings of abandonment, lack, being left behind, being left out in the cold. And this is stuff that's happening um, outside of you, right? This is all this stuff, family, friends, work, blah, 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 all this stuff that's challenging them, that has turned them. But this is all happening on purpose for a purpose, right? Because whenever we're asking about what's happening, there's what's going on in the movie and then what's going on in the plot, right? So we're seeing what's interacting on the human character realm of the human, but there's always something going on below the surface, behind the scenes, and up above, right? So that's what's happening here. The Whenever we get a pause when we're talking about relationships, a slow moving card with especially Heart of Cups, which is diving deep to the emotions and looking at our self-love. And anytime a slow time happens, it's giving each of us time to focus on our own self-love, questioning our own thoughts and beliefs that are limiting us, that don't serve us anymore, emotions that no longer serve us, because we're raising our love vibration, and our spirits are giving us an opportunity, instead of doing what we always did and getting what we've always got. It's allowing us time to raise our love vibration so we draw in higher experience instead of the lower vibrational experience, right? So yeah, with everything that's going on, it's like that's the distraction that's giving the time, though. The real reason why is it's time for both of you to look at raising your love vibration so you can have a higher experience than the that we've had in the past. So hopefully that makes sense there. But that's what's coming through right now, Poco. So while you're waiting for them, you know, just focus on your self-love. And if you feel you want to help them, there's a Take 10 with Zen. I think it's episode 7 or 8. It's heartache. And our heartache, it's actually it's heartache and heartbreak. There's two separate ones. Heartache is about when we want to help someone else and we feel like helpless that we can't. That helps us understand what we can do in a situation. Heartbreak tells us about our feelings on our inside. So if you want to check those out, they're free. The playlist, I think, is in the description box of the video. If not, it's on my main page if you go to that. All right. So many blessings to you. I'm gonna take a sip here. Okay, I think the big bright thing is gone. So let's get some more light in here. All right. And then Patty, you are up next. And for everyone that's waiting for a free reading, I'm going to be bugging out of here in about 20 minutes. But because of the amount of free readings, I think I will do what I did yesterday, which I will come back in after my praying mantis session that I'll be going to for my praying mantis members after this at 12:55 p.m. Mountain Time. After I eat and regenerate, I'll come back on and complete all your free readings. So don't fret. I will come back and do that because I feel like we're going to not get very many free readings done in this session, which I feel blessed with all the donations. and it helps me live. So that's keeps me here. But I do want to come back and complete those. So um, just look for a pinned comment. If I don't get to your free reading in this session, look for a pinned comment later, and I will go live there. So that is what they have here. Gray guidance. It's like it's not black and white. It's kind of gray. I don't really know what you're saying. I think you mean great. Gray advice. It's never very clear. That's funny. I know that's not what you meant. I just find it hilarious. All right. So Patty, thank you for your donation. Thank you for the laughs, Boko. All right. So was traveling with your dad worth it today? Can you expect positive changes soon? All right, let's take a look here based on current energies. Was it beneficial for both of you for this traveling together? And will there be positive changes because of that? Let's see here. And by positive, probably like healing and coming closer together is what we're looking at here. So let's see here. Wow. Yeah, I see it here. King of Wands with the 10 of Wands. Wow, the traveling felt like a burden, didn't it? Yeah, this energy, because I feel like this is dad, fire sign, King of Wands, energy here. It's like, wow. Whoa. So it did feel like a lot. So way to go for you to have survived it. Let's see. Wow, you can't make this up either. Um, so was it worth it? It will be. Look at you got Sky Father out of all excuse me, out of all the cards and all the decks I have, this is the only one of the very, 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 very few that calls it Sky Father. So here is the Emperor card coming in. And I like this here. I feel like this traveling allowed you to see them from a different perspective here. The 7 of Swords is like we are determining here our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets that steal from us, that deceive us, and allows love in here. So I feel like what was planted here is this awareness where you're seeing yourself more clearly, they're seeing themselves more clearly, and they're looking at these fears that they had that are falling away, right? These fears of deception, these fears of pain and having loss, things stolen out of our lives. And it's introducing the Page of Cups, a higher love here, seeing love from a different perspective. So I do like that. So that all of those cards to say yes, definitely here. Yeah. And positive change. Here is the Tower card. It is destroying things that no longer serve you guys, allowing a pathway of movement. So obstacles are being removed out of your way. And I like the Moon card because this is like Mother Luna energy. And this is over time. You can expect positive changes. It just will take time. It'll cycle through, but just trust that things are being moved out of your way on purpose for purpose to allow space for new things and allow a different flow to come in with it. So, though it seems like it was a lot here, Patty, with that 10 of Wands, like it felt like a burden. It's like, oh my gosh, um, it felt like a lot of energy, a lot of effort, I feel, but it's definitely worth it here because you're taking the steps and it is opening up the pathway for it. So I do like that coming in here for you. So that's what they have there. Alrighty. So that is their message for you, Patty. Hopefully that makes sense. And I think that is it for my donations. So I'm going to just scroll up here real quick while I have everything here. I don't want to take a chance on losing anything. So I'm just going to get all the screenshots. I will try to get through some free readings now, but I will return. And that's why I'm capturing everyone's messages here so to make sure that we get them all. Okay, that one's there. Thank you for your patience. Let me just to make sure here. Got that one. It's capturing the entire chat. I have to do page by page. There's not a wish there was like a download link, but not yet anyway. All right, and then we are to right here. All right. Oh, okay, Patty. Oh, well, that is good there. So the burden that you're carrying, you're learning to let go too. But of course, we're mirrors for each other. So I feel like there's healing that's happening between the both of you too. That I feel like even between them and their father, or them and their mother, there's still this because that mother Luna nurturing energy is coming in too. So I like it for you. Okay. All right. So I've got about 12 more minutes left. So well, about 7 more minutes because about 5 minutes before I just want to start closing out. So I'm gonna do readings for about 7 more minutes. For everyone else I don't get to for your free readings, I shall return. So Keel, I love the little your little number one badge. So let's see, what will he be sad about in your first meet, which you'll console? She said. So someone told you that they're going to be sad in your first meeting, and you'll console them. All right. So let's take a look here and see. All right. All right. So, with these cards coming in here, we've got the Three of Wands here with the Nine of Cups, which is their wish fulfillment that went a different direction. And it went fast here with the Eight of Wands. It's something that quickly left their life, and that's left them in this kind of waiting period. It's been a long time. And this dream come true could be, I feel it's emotional. So I feel like it might be like, it's almost like they share with you a heartache that they've had before. They thought this was someone that was their dream come true, and I thought I was going to be with them forever, and they suddenly left their life either through death or through um you know leaving them to go somewhere else with someone else, type of thing, and it just came out of nowhere, and it shocked them. So that's why I almost feel like sometimes it might be like a death that was they were taken suddenly from them, like maybe they're widowed, or they were very heartbroken because they chose to leave them in the physical world, with someone else. So I feel like that's what's coming through there. I know, yay, looking forward to that. But I feel like they share their loss with how it comes up. So that is what is coming through there for you, Keel. So many blessings to you. And Marie Jones, you're up next. Hello, hello. So, career reading from now until the end of September. All right. Let's take a look here. Can't believe it's almost it's middle of August here. Okay. Well, you definitely have this um, changing of your thought and belief and mindset about something that was um, like an ending of career before. I feel like there's something that happened before where like a position or a job opportunity or something around your career was removed suddenly out of the way, and you were like, "Whoa, what is this about?" And The fears we had was that this was about you, that this was that you're not worthy, you weren't they didn't feel you were good for the job or not smart enough or blah 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 blah, right? All of these wonderful lies that are formed out of these fears, right? But the Eight of Swords is good. It's the movement of thought and belief and mindset. It's leaving behind these thoughts that were triggered and formed through this by making us feel blinded and bound and trapped and small, and like you had to shrink, or you shrank because of this in the past. And I feel like what's happening now is that you're realizing you're getting like a fear is coming up and you're going like, what is this? Why am I thinking this? Why is this trigger always coming up? And I feel like you're taking the time to really dig into it, and you're getting to the root of where it came from here, like this thing that was removed suddenly out of your life. And I almost feel like they're reminding me of this, it's from the I think it's from The Presence Process by Michael Brown. It's a beautiful book that talks about getting into our inner child, but the one of the things that he brings is that we think of when's the last time I felt this way, and not the same situation, but felt. So when did I feel this way before? Okay, you go back a year or whatever, and then you go, when's the last time I felt that before that? And you go back a couple years, and then when's the last time, and you keep going back, going, when did I feel that last? When did I feel that last? And eventually you get out into your childhood and you're like, ah, there it is. There's the very, very root of why I fear this and why I have this block, why I feel this restriction or this belief. Maybe it's someone saying, well, you can't do math anyway. You're stupid. Either a sibling or a parent or a teacher or something, someone said something that just was like, and we created this construct to keep us from experiencing that again. And I feel like this is something that does get transformed for you. So I like that for you, Marie, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Rishi, you will probably be, I do have a donation. So you'll be the first free reading I do when I come back later. So as a point there. All right. Sherry Sugar, thank you so much for your donation. And you'll be the last reading I do before I start my closing here. So Cherry, more details of why they left him. And thank you so much for your donation. If I did not thank you, let's see what is the reasoning. Can we get clarity here? All right. Well, there is that. Okay. Yeah. So here's the Hanged Man. So they're showing us. Yeah. So what brought him to this point here is it is the Heart of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, which is new birth and new. They went to something new. They made a choice of going somewhere else. So it wasn't death here, but it was sudden. And I feel like there was a fight, um, of course, that brought it up. Conflicting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And I feel like they don't realize how stubborn they are. That they had very strong beliefs of, no, this is the way things need to be, and they had things, beliefs of, this is exactly how things need to be, and they clashed a lot. And I feel like this individual that you get to meet, they had a very I want to say volatile childhood growing up. But their parents always argued a lot, that they didn't see that as a red flag. They thought that was normal, that people yell at each other and get in fights. But the other person, no, they grew up in a household of communication. And this individual has very strong beliefs about stuff. And that's what, unfolded there. So that's what they're having there. And I do need to head off, Cherry. So if you have additional questions, I'll do one more, but I do have to head off here in a moment. So you can pop your question down there, but I am at the end of this session, so I don't want you to donate if you're not able. And we can catch them later too. So before I finish that up, and Anita, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give yours. I'll make your guys's the first ones when I come back after my next session. Um, so no problem at all. Just just know that I will. I'm not going to be able to get to it in this session. That I will come back around. I'm going to answer Cherries here, and then Anita, like I said, you will be the first one since you made a donation. So I'll do that. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Let's see here. So let me just make sure we're the last of my print screens were, I mean, my screenshots here. Okay, right there. I'm just going to grab it from here. Hey, random. So thank you so much, Jerry, for being understanding there. I do need to head off here, but I want to make sure everyone knows I will return. So all the free readings I didn't get to, I will come back after my praying mantis session, which I'm headed off here in a couple minutes, and after I eat too, so I can uh, be coherent and be energized. But for all of those of you that would like to join me over in the praying mantis section, if you're not already a member, here is the video that talks about what is available in the memberships. There's also giveaways in there, weekly giveaways for members. And also, even if you choose not to become a member, if you watch the video and comment, you'll be included in the month end as well. And then also each week I have a personal, not a personal, a giveaway for all of my subscribers, not members, but subscribers. So this video is the video that comes out on Tuesday that announces what I'm giving away and how you can get into that. So if you check out both of those videos, there's opportunities for winning things. So be sure to check that out. And then each week I also put out here pick a card readings. And this week's was how can I transform failure? So if you're wanting more messages, of course, of love from above, from spirit, you can check out my main page. I have a ton of pick a cards there. And then also we've got the Take 10 with Zen, which is a weekly video that I put out, at least for the last 10 weeks I have, which talk about how to connect with spirit, how to connect with ourselves, and dive deeper into questions from my subscribers. So last week's was about creating a bubble for an empathic bubble to protect us from taking on everyone else's emotions. This one is the real gift of the empath. And if you're a praying mantis member, sorry, you actually get advanced access to the next week's Take 10 with Zen, the pick of cards, and also some meditations that I'm going to be creating here in the near future as well. So in addition to being able to have access to the Praying Mantis member only free readings, which is where I'm headed after this, we have a Q&A also on Sunday night. So all of this great stuff. But you can check out the video about memberships if you're interested. That is, I think, everything that I wanted to mention here before I head out. Let me take one more screenshot here because I see Nova. Thank you for your additional donation. So Cherry Sugar. Let me grab this from here. This will be good. You'll be up first on the free session when I come back after this next one, then Anita, and then Nova. So thank you guys for your additional donations. I shall return and then also complete the other free readings. So thank you guys so much for all your patience, all your donations, all your love and support. I'm just blown away. I never thought that it would be like this. And so thank you guys for just filling my heart with great warmth. And so I shall return. In the meantime, please know that as you're going throughout every moment of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love to you. Hang in there. Take care. And we'll see you soon. You guys take care.